didn't wear shoes.
Why?
Carpet's nice. Adds a nice touch.
You think that's nice, dude? I mean, there's probably fucking dingleberries in there, dude.
Yeah, but it's still like...
That's why you got to get those, though, the thick ones.
Because they hold all the dingleberries?
Yeah. Imagine having like a white carpet, dude.
Yeah, that's just a dumb...
Yeah. You'd be an honest man, though, you know?
Or a psychopath.
Yeah.
Trying to prove too much.
Just having straight up. Just like shit stains on your carpet.
Oh, just not hiding it at all. Just being an absolute...
If you went into a dude's house, like if you came into my apartment and I had a white carpet, dude, and there was like skid marks all over it, would you hang around for a little bit, or you'd kind of just...
I'll be honest, I would assume it was your dog scratching his ass on the
really?
rug, and you would get a benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
But if it was like, once it's various stains...
Yeah, different types.
Yeah.
You're like, there's no way a dog could do that.
Yeah, that's not the size of a dog's any hole.
Yeah. I mean, dude, sometimes, like, when my dog's taking a shit, I'm like, this could be a human shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you have to pick them all up, right?
Yeah, sometimes I have to use 2 bags.
A double bag?
Crazy, bro.
Or fill 2 bags.
I have to, like, fill 1 bag, get another bag.
Jeez.
Yeah, and I try so hard to fit in 1 bag, too, dude. Like, I'm going into the depths to just... Because I feel like people are watching and they're like, holy shit.
Right, this guy's like has a manual labor job.
Yeah, dude.
Like moving fucking turds.
Yeah.
I feel like working with poo in general is like, that's like, I bet you get paid well, but that's a tough one to not like self-reflect a little bit, I would imagine. Just like,
yeah.
You know? Like
you think they still self-reflect? Like, when do you think you retire from like self-reflection?
Oh, like one day you just fully give in. You're like,
Yeah.
I identify as porta potty guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine so. If you want to like live a life, you know, there's something unbelievably honest about working with poo.
Yeah.
You know, like I respect it.
I mean, I remember going to the zoo, because I remember I went to the Boys and Girls Club. Mm-hmm. We would like go to the zoo and shit.
Wait, boy, that's like the YMCA?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like summer camp.
Yeah.
And you'd go on like field trips, and whenever we went to the zoo, everyone wanted to see the dude who picked up the elephant shit.
Right.
Just to kind of like talk shit to him.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine being in that guy's shoes.
That's
just getting ready to fucking...
But like there's also like among other poo workers, like you are the alpha because you move the most archaic.
Oh, you're the king, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like and they're the smartest. So like I'm handling like very large, smart turds.
Yeah. Like if you had a resume for picking up shit, dude.
Elephant.
Straight up 5-star general type shit, dude.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can get a job picking up poop anywhere, dude.
Yeah. You could do anything poo related after. I think because also they could smush you. Like it's like a high stakes job as well.
How do you think that interview goes? They're just like, so, like, tell me about yourself, you know?
Yeah, like I was working at the Cincinnati Zoo 4 years.
Oh, shit. Mm-hmm. What's that dude's name?
Huh?
What's that gorilla's name?
I don't know.
Because he was at the Cincinnati...
The turd throwing?
No, fucking Harambe.
Oh.
I think he was at the Cincinnati.
Wow. Yeah, crazy pull.
I know.
Yeah, they didn't let me near Harambe, but I did pick up several pounds of elephant shit every afternoon to the point where my arms are actually unevenly large. Because
There's always like a defect with them.
It's just something you adapt to your job. I prioritize work over anything, and
if you were like
an elephant never forgets. So I have plenty of references. Sorry, that's stupid.
You think you would get that job if they were paying well?
A lot of things would have to happen first.
Like happen or like a line?
It depends on how you look at it.
Yeah, dude.
It depends on what if it was like, this is my true calling.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because I imagine, all right, here's my stipulation. If I get to work with the elephant in any other capacity other than just being there to pick up his shit, I might, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like that seems like a thing I would do if it meant that I could like watch them paint or whatever they do, you know?
Oh, like have some like hangout time?
Hangout time. I can't just be the shit guy.
You'd want to like build a relationship with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then it would mean something.
So like when they die, you're fucking like bawling your eyes out. You get like a tattoo of it on you and shit.
100%.
That would be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then chicks are like, "What's that about?" And I'm like, "How long do you have?"
Yeah.
These tattoos mean so much.
Yeah.
You know?
And it would just be like a picture of like an elephant just taking like a fat shit, and you right next to it, fucking like veins popping out and shit,
Fucking
forearm pump going.
dude, I respect someone who got built doing that over lifting weights 100%.
Yeah. It's like those shake weight dudes, straight up jerking off plastic.
Yeah.
Looking like
what is
fucking,
that? Is
dude,
it
I got one when it came out.
really?
Yeah.
What, just thinking not anything of
Just
it?
trying to figure out my sexuality and shit, dude.
Right. No, that's a perfect safe way to do that, honestly.
You know, instead of jerking off dudes, I was like, yo, let's take it to the basement, start fucking cranking this thing out.
Let's just work out together and look each other in
I'd
the
fucking jerk that thing to Till I Collapse by
eye. So you
Eminem,
just
dude.
hold it like this and it just goes crazy.
Yeah, dude. There was like a science behind it where it's like you're just fucking like jerking it, dude, with two hands, and like all that tension gives you like a crazy pump.
Wow.
But dude, you're literally like fucking. It's like in your fucking face, dude.
Yeah. That's sick, dude.
But dude, I was like kind of talking shit about it, and then I tried it, and I was like, "Holy
Actual workout.
shit, dude!" Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it has to actually give you a workout because it had to pass through like a lot of like people had to check. They're like, because it works so well, I'll let you sell the jerk off machine.
yeah. I mean, is that gay? You think?
I mean, I think if the guy who works with elephants is also doing the shake weight, that might be bestiality.
Yeah, it's a whole different level of shit.
That's nuts.
That'd be cool though if they were just like regular guys. They had like a Roth IRA and shit. You know, just like the most normal dudes. I mean, obviously that's far from the truth, but that would be cool if they had like a family of 5.
Yeah.
But realistically, they're fucking going to the casino after work.
You know what? Those zoos are so like stuck up. I wouldn't be surprised if they have to have like a PhD or something. You know.
Yeah,
Like anytime you're working with animals, I do think there's like you're like overqualified for how shitty your job is. You know, you're like if you want to jerk off the whale, that's like
yeah. It's an honor,
it's an honor.
truly, to be surrounded by animals like that, dude.
Yeah, you would jerk them off just to be able to keep that job.
Yeah,
You know?
mean, I would be scared though, dude, because like, I mean, I'm ripping farts. Like Bub's ripping farts that are like so dense, dude, that they could literally like burn off someone's eyebrows. You know what I'm saying, dude?
So you think that
Like
an
I
animal
genuinely believe if I had a small child, I could murder it with my ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Like
So-
I know what you mean.
When you constantly inhale that type of shit, though, I feel like you get used to it, and then other things are kind of like unnoticeable.
Oh, okay.
Like if a girl farted, I don't even know if I would notice.
No,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
typically doesn't really phase me at all.
Dude. Yeah.
I've never had like a noticeable girl fart that I can remember.
I don't think a woman's ever ripped one in front of me.
Yeah, they're pretty good at like lifting a cheek and letting it slide out.
Yeah, because dude, I used to light my farts on fire. Dude.
Oh, dude, I always tried, but I never
real?
could do it because I could fart on command for a while. I was doing
real?
that one. Yeah.
Holy shit, dude!
Yeah, I would suck air into my ass and then fart it out.
Holy shit, dude! Were you like surrounded by solar panels or just like anywhere?
I had to go. I had to point my ass towards the sky. To be honest
really?
with you, yeah, something about. I'm sure there's some physics involved there.
Some angles and shit.
Yeah, I could just fart like 100 times in a row.
Holy fuck,
Yeah,
dude! Did you like feel it when you hit that angle?
yeah.
You were like, oh, it's time to go.
You had to get a bubble going. Yeah.
Yeah. Holy shit, man.
Yeah, I'm really glad I found comedy. I don't know what I would end up doing. I always had these stupid things that I would do. I'm like, what the hell is this going to amount to? Absolutely
Would
nothing.
you be ripping them like in the backyard or at like?
Backyard parties.
Oh.
It was like a thing that
No
I,
way, dude.
Yeah,
So you were like the fart guy.
I was the fart guy.
No way. How many beers until someone was like, yo, let's get it?
Oh, this is pre-beer.
Oh, right. This is like birthday parties.
This is like 12 years old.
Holy shit.
Yeah, but then like once you start having sex with women, you lose all like a lot of these things. You know what I mean? You start being like less fun.
Yeah.
You know?
mean, dude, I'd be so amped if you did that at a party.
Yeah, dude, it would be cool as
I'd
hell.
be cheering you on and shit, man.
Right, but then there's gonna be some people like,
Yeah.
ew,
Oh, man, that's fucking sick, dude.
you know?
That's
Yeah, my
crazy,
mom
bro.
used to get really annoyed at me. She used to get like, because I would always just rip ass like when I'm just hanging out with her because I could, you know?
Yeah.
And like one time we were in the car and I farted like pretty immensely. And she's like screaming at me like, "You're fucking gross. You're disgusting." She's like rolling down the windows. And I don't know what it was, but I had this thought where I was like, yeah, but like my butt came out of your vagina.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like you farted, right? Like you did this.
Yeah. It's kind of like that song, Just What I Am.
I don't know that song, but I'm going to nod.
It's by Kid Cudi. Mm-hmm. They play it in like every like depressing movie about a stoner.
Okay.
He's
I can
just,
kind of,
the lyrics are like, I'm just what you made, God.
right.
So it's like you made me.
Yeah.
You know, they're like shooting up fucking gas stations. They're like, you did this.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what the song's about.
But mine is about,
Ripping ass. Yeah,
and my mom created my ass.
yeah. So it's all,
So
it's
it's-
kind of like 50-50 though. You know what I mean? Because it's like you have to respect her for like,
Doing that.
yeah. But also it's like you did this to me.
Yeah. I guess the gas is on me, but
Yeah.
the ass is on her.
Were they like queefs or you were like ripping like pressure,
No, this was, these were heaters.
like squeakers?
Yeah.
You were ripping dimes.
Yeah, absolutely. And I could squeak, you know, I was like tonally I was getting experimental.
Yeah. Holy shit. Dude. That's
Because it's
fucking
all
wild.
just air pressure, you know.
Yeah.
So.
I used to do that a lot at like frat parties. I wasn't in a frat, but my friend was. Mm-hmm. And I would go and I would like hit on chicks and they would just like make fun of me. So I would just fucking like borderline shit my pants.
Nice.
Dude, it would smell so bad and people would start freaking out.
Dude, I got to tell you, just yesterday, I came across a reel. I must have watched this thing 100 times, but it was a dude who's like, "Hey, have you seen do you know where that delicious potato salad is?" And then this guy's like eating on the couch. He's like, "Yeah, it's right over there." He's like, "Oh, it's over there? Okay." And then he rips ass so hard that he like shakes, like his leg shakes. And then he goes over and the camera pans back to the people on the couch and they're like spitting out their food. And the woman gets up and she's like, "Get the fuck out of my house." To rip such a gnarly fart that you get kicked out.
Oh, man.
That's like,
That's fucking.
you've done something.
Yeah. That's like a critically acclaimed.
That's,
film.
yes.
Yeah, that's
It's
like
a Criterion
my
collection.
level. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, every guy does have like those farts that were like perfectly timed, you know, that just like are on the mantle
Yeah.
of the mind.
I have one saved on my phone. It's like somebody filmed themselves ripping ass during Oppenheimer during the countdown.
Oh, yes.
dude,
I've seen
I
that.
cried laughing when
That's
I saw that.
amazing.
I watched that so many times, dude.
Yeah,
At least 100 times.
it's perfect. It's the
Yeah.
best movie to do that too,
Oh, yeah.
because it's just
100%.
Yeah.
I think like farting at shit like that or like a moment of silence for 9/11.
Church classic.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, there's the one I have saved. It's a dude ripping ass at church.
I know this one.
It's like a wicked bad fart, though. It sounds like a machine gun.
Yeah.
It's crazy, bro.
I know, because it had two halves. Like the beginning was like normal fart, and then the back end was like
Turret. Straight
chainsaw.
up turret, yeah. It was crazy, bro.
Oh man, yeah.
It's crazy, dude, because I don't know what I would do without farts. Like, and I hate like bringing it up a lot, but it's like I don't know what I would do.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be the first joke, right?
I think it's just the meaning to life, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think when the aliens come and shit, or like AI takes over, I feel like that's how we're really gonna like become allies with them.
Is when they laugh
Just
at
chilling
farts.
and just like ripping ass. That would be sick, dude, if they were like programmed specifically, like a specific way, and you like farted around them, and they just like immediately became friends with you, and the creators had no idea why. They were like, we don't know, like we didn't program them this
That
way.
I would
It's
like.
just- yeah,
Because there is a world where this AI, like when they become sentient, they rightfully say, "You're the problem," and then kill us.
yeah,
But a fart could save your life in that
Exactly.
scenario.
yeah.
But I
It's
wouldn't
gotta be
put
the
it
right
past the
time.
creators to try to make their farts like better than ours, so we even feel like fucking losers about how we rip ass.
Yeah.
Because they're just doing that with like everything creative.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. It's like you can't simulate or program timing, right? It's like, how can you program a robot to fart during a moment of silence?
I mean, you could.
Yeah. But it's like 100% timing. It has nothing to do with like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
And there is I think the aspect of it actually coming out of a person's ass is essential here. Like the sound of a fart does nothing for me.
Yeah.
But when I know it's an actual fart and the person who did it is devastated, do you think anyone's still listening at this point? Yeah, I don't know. That's
Dude,
I've never said that about the.
I've never felt more confident that my listeners are fully engaged right now, dude. I can promise you, like, this is the most engaged they've ever been.
Yeah, dude. Got a couple ass rippers on the line, dude. Just people call in just to fart into the phone. Thank you.
That's all
Thank
this
you,
is.
Brandon from Florida.
That's all it is, dude. We used to do phone calls, and I had to stop because every single one was either a dude ripping ass
Oh, serious?
or just making sounds.
That's
and
awesome.
there was no questions to
Right,
answer.
it's just someone being like,
Dude, this one guy called in. This one guy called in like blackout drunk. Just, it's like it was like quiet for a few seconds, and he just goes, "I'm fucking hammered." Farts into the phone, and then just, dude, he kept the phone on, so it was just like silence for like a minute, and then he hung up,
yeah.
and I was just like, "Wow, this is my life, dude."
Bro, that little moment where someone thinks the phone is hung up but isn't,
Yeah,
a lot can get ruined in that little moment in someone's life.
it is scary, man.
There was a guy who fucking went to jail for murder because of that.
Wow.
He was doing one of these like I didn't kill my wife shows. And then he went to the bathroom and he's like taking a piss, not realizing he's still mic'd up, and he's like, yeah, but I like definitely did kill that bit, like to his penis apparently.
You think? Holy shit!
But they used that to get him.
This was like a reality TV show.
No, there's like a talk show like about like the guy missing his wife.
You think it was real though?
Oh, you think like I might have been lied to?
Scripted.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
that's
why don't
next
you say
level.
something and then I'll say I think that was scripted. No, I think that. Oh, wait. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you
No.
know this event?
But if I saw this on television, I wouldn't like believe it.
Yeah, we are getting there.
I would look into it afterwards.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's going to continue to be like a problem.
See how much time you're serving. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like that's gonna be like a pretty big court case.
Right.
Like Supreme Court type shit.
It's like, Your Honor, my dick was out. Objection. You can't do that.
Yeah. I was talking my dick. That's like code 13.
Also, who the fuck would say that out loud though? Like that is
Yeah.
like that does
Dude,
make
I've never even talked to my dick out loud. Only internally I'll talk to my dick.
Right. Well, that's all you need. It's like a horse.
Yeah. It's most of it's like telepathic too.
That's what I'm saying. You just like put
Yeah.
your hand on its neck and it knows.
Is that how horses work?
I think so, yeah. I think people just go. And then they like have a connection with their horse.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I gotta try that out.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. Horses scare the shit out of me. Like horse
Yeah.
girls. Have you met a
Yeah.
horse girl?
Most of them are like pretty hot
Right.
because you have to be from like a rich family.
There's some of
There's
that.
a lot of money involved.
Also, just
Getting fucked.
no, you're like on the horse. Like you know what I mean? You're not getting fucked, but you're kind of getting fucked a
Yeah.
little bit.
That's what I heard. I heard every girl who rides horses got into it to like simulate like their pussy.
Like, yeah, because they want to stay virgins or whatever. But
Yeah.
dude, that's such a loophole? Like all these people that want to stay virgins, but they like are shoving crayons in their ass or something. I'm
Yeah.
like, I think having regular sex would be less fucked up than whatever you're doing.
Yeah, but it's also exciting. It's like, why use a finger when I can drop 6 figs on a horse?
Right. That's why it's so sad when a horse dies, because it's like you made me come thousands of times
Yeah. That's all you're thinking about.
the whole time.
All those orgasms, dude. Mm-hmm. That's gotta be wild, man.
Yeah, you're like feeding it, and you're like, this will give me orgasm.
Plus, you're out in the wild too, like getting a whiff of air, going at high speeds, and having an orgasm. That's like next level dopamine rush, dude.
Absolutely. I mean, it's like better than Roadhead because it's like the original coming on a vehicle.
I've never. I mean, I've tried getting roadhead once. I almost drove into a fucking house, dude. I was like, this isn't even fun.
Yo, honestly though, like people who like drive through someone's house for revenge, like if you were like getting topped off as you went through someone's fucking house,
Yeah,
that would be like
legendary.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. You getting your jersey hang up?
100%. I mean, she would have to be safe. Like you'd have to like nut and then get her seatbelt on, and then you guys together go through, because otherwise you could lose it. I feel like people have lost it before.
Yeah, I mean, dude, imagine dying from that though. Like, imagine if they made a film. It's like some dude getting topped off, and he like drives into one of those gas tanks at a gas station. There's like a huge explosion, and like he survives, but the girl like passes away.
Damn.
Like, how do you even live?
Honestly, I will tell you how you live. I think you live because you go, in your mind, you go, she distracted me. So, like, I was the victim. I think that's how you would have to spin that.
Oh, you're playing the victim role?
100%.
Yeah.
Because there's no chance you could be like, and maybe she took it with her, and then it's like, we're even. Because, like, I can't truly live.
Yeah, I think I would take it the opposite way, dude. I'd become a serial killer through that action. Just constantly killing chicks, getting roadhead.
Crazy. Dude, wildly, I just saw a TMZ article. You might have seen this, but it was like 3 OnlyFans models, and they were having sex on a balcony. And like one of the chicks in the throes of passion just like lost her, like just fell off the balcony to her death.
Yeah.
I'm like, do you think the other 2 like kept fucking for a little bit? Or do you think, you know? But that's, you know, that's a tough one.
Wait, so you think they were like for sure getting after it?
They were filming. Yeah, they were filming. And then
wow.
she fell to her death.
They were filming a porno.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And she fell off the balcony like mid-fuck.
Damn.
I know.
Dude, what position do you think they were in?
Maybe reverse cowgirl.
A little like...
Well, she would probably have to be from the back, and then like she lost her. She was like, it's so good, and then, but there's no bed.
Yeah. Dude, that sucks, man.
I know.
Doing like a standing 69 and just going overboard.
Crazy.
The mixed emotions involved in that.
I know, because then like you're still with her, and you're both like,
Yeah.
and she's got, and you're like,
Yeah.
should we finish and then call the cops?
Yeah, dude.
What's the play? Because that's what she would have wanted.
Yeah.
If you think about it, she was trying to get us both off.
Yeah, because that's like going to Arby's, doing it blowing up. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Can't imagine going to roast beef town and then just like death happens.
Yeah, dude. Because then you're gonna associate that with that, and you're gonna have to go to group therapy and like impress everyone because you like fucked someone into oblivion for real.
Yeah. Dude, I don't even know how
what do you think the
from that.
statute of limitations is on like using that as a pickup line to pick up crazy chicks?
What is statute of limitations?
I don't even know, honestly.
Really?
I thought it was just how long you can mention something after it happens.
After it happens,
Yeah. But like, I guess at what point is it rude? I just feel like a guy who's filming OnlyFans porn would probably use that to like get chicks. Like,
like reenact it?
no, just being like, I can't, like, and she's like, why not? And he's like, I just was giving it to this girl so crazy one time that she died.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Good point, man.
You right?
Because they're already like tapped. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's not like they have any like remorse.
I don't think so. I think again, if you want to stay alive, you gotta use it.
Play the victim role, dude.
Right.
Yeah, that's like fucking old school, dude.
The movie?
When Will Ferrell goes to like funerals to get pussy.
Yes.
Like same thing.
Wait, is that old school or is that Wedding Crashers?
That is Wedding Crashers. Yeah. My bad, dude. Good call. Thanks for looking out for me, man.
I wasn't gonna let that slide.
Yeah. Both very similar movies, though.
Yes, 100%. You know? Yeah. But the funeral thing, there is something to like grief as like a stimulating thing, probably, especially for women because they're crazy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You think they've done like case studies on that where they're like, okay, let's check out how moisture, like let's test out like the moisture in the air right now, kind of see what's going on. Just like some dude like hovering his stick around chicks' pussies. Mm-hmm. trying to get like a gauge on it.
Yeah, like a metal detector at the beach.
Yeah, dude.
It goes off when there's like
Yeah, but it's really like a blind guy who's like undercover for like the FBI or some shit.
right, because they're trying to do a study on
He's
like
got a stick called like the pussy fucking fuck.
because they're trying to be like, all right, when we kill everyone, are we still gonna get to fuck, or like is it gonna dry everyone out and then we can't fuck anymore?
Yeah.
Because then that'll gauge
Yeah,
how hard we're gonna kill everybody.
it's like a top secret like case study too.
Yeah,
Like nobody knows about it.
right. He's like under like
There's got to be stuff out there that's like that, dude.
I would think. I mean, Benjamin Franklin died with like 18 bodies in his basement.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. I heard he was getting pussy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he was.
And he looks. I mean, Ben Franklin looks like a fucking retarded lesbian, dude.
100%.
He looks like a fucking.
But chicks are crazy. They'll find one thing that they really like. They're like, all right, the electricity thing. One chick was in it for that. The other one was like, oh, I heard he has syphilis. That's interesting. It's a story.
Yeah.
You know?
I think a lot of chicks are just into like straight up like retarded confidence. Like, dude, I was driving to the gym like, and it was raining out. Mm-hmm. And like, at the entrance of the gym, there's like fucking like a speed bump. Like, there's two speed bumps. They're kind of small, but they're like next to each other. And there's like a little space in between. Oh. And it was wet out, dude. And I remember I have a Honda Fit, which is like a tampon on wheels. Mm-hmm. And I'm like bumping rap music, dude. And I pull over the speed bump and like my back tires kind of get stuck like on top of them. And I fucking gas it up, dude, and just go nowhere. But I had so much confidence doing it, dude. And I like immediately thought like, dude, I wonder if chicks are like wet right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that does seem like the type of thing that would make a woman. Yeah, dude. There's not a lot cooler than that right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Not a lot to dissect on that one, but
No, I do just like a guy who someone's definitely pulled with something that stupid.
yeah, I mean, dude,
sure.
chicks like bad boys, so it's like I don't know, man. I just really want to fucking spice it up a little bit, start like doing like illegal shit again. But I know I'm not going to, but it would be like cool just to like do a case study where it's like, okay, let me ghost ride a carriage into a Ferrari and see like who's trying to fuck.
Dude, I have a theory. I have a theory that chicks like bad boys because they want us to be almost dead all the time
Oh shit!
because of everything
Like history.
and everything all the time.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, if he's like almost gonna die, like that's like hot that he like walks into a burning building or like rides his motorcycle near a cliff because like he might
That makes sense, man.
be dead, and that turns me on that he could be dead.
I agree.
You know
Because
what I'm
like,
saying?
dude, I remember like growing up, just talking to chicks. I can't vividly remember a chick laughing at me unless I was getting like visibly hurt. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like if I was in pain, chicks were always laughing.
They love that.
They love it, dude.
They love when we get hurt or are like tremendous, or like if it's a vicious emotional hurt.
Yeah.
They love that
Love
too.
it, dude.
They get really happy. I have a cousin Sarah who like sorry, I didn't need to say her name, but no, but she like she'll like turn her dog against her cat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they just like to
Just
mix
see
it
what
up.
happens.
Yeah, just see what happens.
Has anything gone wrong?
I mean, her relationship with her cat has soured, I will say.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. But it'll be like the cat, she'll just like toss the cat like near the dog in a way that like neither of them want, just to be like. So I'm just saying, like girls, there's something in them that they really like to like watch things, like tragic things happen to.
That's the theory behind like peeling out in parking lots.
Yep.
Because you're just pissing everyone off.
Dude.
But it's like sometimes chicks are like, yo, I'm fucking soaked up right now.
Because he almost hit that pole.
Yeah.
And that would have been fire.
Yeah, you almost kill like 30 people. You're just blasting like the worst music ever, dude.
Dude, a guy I went to high school with killed an old woman doing that. I swear to God, he was like peeling out outside of a fucking bar, and he lost control of the car, and there was someone coming, and he hit this old couple head on, and the lady died, and the guy like bit his tongue off or something crazy.
Oh man, first time peeling out, you think?
I don't know, but I think he went to jail. I mean, you can't just be doing that.
Yeah, it is risky, man.
Dude, that's tragic though. Like to just like,
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like imagine just driving and then you like sneeze and like hit someone on the side of the road.
Dude, it's
I
crazy.
hate sneezing while driving because you can't not close your eyes.
Yeah, I never even thought about it.
It's fucking tragic.
How do you sneeze? Like aggressively?
I typically, yeah. I'm not quite one of those dudes. I love the scream sneezers though.
Yeah.
Just like the that guy.
Yeah.
Was that too much on the mic? Probably.
No, that's all right. You turned away, dude. So
That's how you sneeze.
I'm like an organic sneezer, like the chew type shit.
Yeah.
Like it's organic, dude. You can tell I was trained well,
That's good.
but I've never.
The scream sneeze is troubling.
Oh yeah, I'm not a big fan.
No, I don't. I never appreciate it.
It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm a double sneezer, which
It's almost
is weird.
like you're like purposefully like
Screaming
you want
at
attention.
me.
Yeah, you want attention.
Yeah, or you're just like you want to alpha everyone and want because everyone's scared when you do
Yeah,
that.
sneeze is supposed to be like discreet.
Think so? Yeah. I mean, just like the who was Sneezy?
You all right?
What was that fucking little Munchkin's name? Not Munchkin. Snow White. There was a sneeze. Never mind. Don't worry about it. But he was
Snow White
just
right now, dude?
the dwarfs, the 7 dwarfs. One of them was a sneezy guy, but he was never like obnoxious about it.
Yeah, to me, it's just like a discreet act. It's like I don't want to bother anyone. I want to be like,
Yeah, you're supposed to.
yeah,
Yeah, I hate someone who's just like out in the open, like sneezing or coughing and like not giving a fuck.
yeah,
Like I can't. It's an alpha move in like a biological terrorism way.
yeah. It's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
Like,
I'm not
just tell me what you're trying to do.
right.
You know,
Be honest about what this really is.
I almost want to ask him when it happens. Be like, dude, what the fuck? Who the fuck are you, man?
Yeah, because something's wrong. Like they don't have
Yeah.
control over something essential in their life, and they're compensating in this small way.
It's like people who stand in front of exits.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, if you ever gone somewhere and you're trying to get the fuck out, and someone's leaving, and they're like, you know, we're just gonna post up right where everyone's trying to leave. Like, to me, it's like I want to be like, yo, are you fucking retarded, dude?
Yeah.
Like, do you have any idea what's going on right now?
You just want control over something, you know?
It's like the one thing that makes me want to cause a genocide.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Well, that sounds like a bigger version
Like the
of what
thoughts
he's
I
doing.
have, dude. Because it's crazy, dude. It's like, do you not see people
Attempting to do
leave?
that. Yeah, that is the thing. I witnessed this in so many ways. Like my dad would like keep bunnies in cages, but the cages would be like small, and I'm like, why you doing that? You know, it feels
Yeah,
like
why
you
was
just
he
want to
doing
have something in a cage,
like
So
as
that-
pets?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like it's like fine if there's 3 bunnies in a small cage, but then they would have bunnies, and they'd be like 15, and I'm like, get a bigger cage, and he's like, nah.
Yeah. You just never figured out why.
I just think it's like something to do with like if I have control over the lives of these things.
Yeah.
I think that's why people like
Jesus Christ, man.
is that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's like next level shit. I'm just gonna piss real quick, dude.
Oh, all right.
I don't want to hold it in, dude. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna let it rip.
Live your truth.
Right back. The fuck, dude.
Good piss.
Yeah, I feel a lot better now, dude.
Yeah. There does reach a point where you can think about nothing else.
Yeah, it's disrespectful, man. It's like I don't want to be thinking about ripping a piss while you're talking about bunnies and shit, man.
Yeah, dude.
I'm also like not scared to piss.
When you
know,
need
like
to piss.
if I need to piss, it's like like I rip shits in front of chicks. Not like literally, but I'm like, yo, I'm gonna go fucking rip my ass off. Mm-hmm. Because it's like it just needs to be done.
There is some. I think that's attractive.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm just like, yo, I'm gonna go take a fat shit.
Yeah, and I think women are like, damn.
Guy's a fucking man.
Yes, he's owning it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but dude, when you said Like, is this the part where a guy comes out? I think about that shit a lot, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Something like doing that to someone, or that happening to you?
Well, I just think it would be funny to like go to like your good friend's house at like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Dress up as like a lizard person. Like straight up like fucking like the whole 9 yards. Like you look like a human lizard, dude.
Right.
Just like run in his room at like 2 a.m. and just start like screaming shit in Latin.
Yeah.
Throwing like beach balls around. You know how fucking funny that would be, dude?
It would be pretty great.
Yeah.
Especially
if you got it on video too.
Right. And he's like recently gone through something harrowing so that he's already not sleeping well.
Yeah.
And then you just really shake him out of it. Could be a case for you helping him heal, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Like, I'll give you something to be scared of, you know? How about an actual fucking nightmare?
Yeah.
Dude, I used to, like, when I got home from elementary school, my brother was already home and he would hide up in the trees with airsoft BB guns with his friends,
man.
and they would just light me up on my way.
Oh, no.
So, like, yeah, I
you
totally
cry?
get that. Say what?
Did you cry?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Those
that
things
shit
hurt.
fucking hurts.
They
dude.
do.
Yeah, this fucking Asian dude I grew up with, he had one of those that was like 410 FPS. I think that means feet per second.
Yeah.
And I think they maxed them out at like most of them like at stores like Walmart and shit. You can only buy ones that were like maybe 300. But he was Asian, dude, so he jacked it up like straight up putting holes through people's fucking dicks and shit, dude.
Jesus.
Like, dude, he made a grown man cry. Like, he was
With the plastic bullet?
There was this dude who was like 6'1", like the manliest dude we knew. And him and his friends fucking start shooting him up. And he's like, fucking stop. He just wouldn't stop, dude. And the dude literally started crying.
Dude, my brother and his friends had like an M16 one, like, and they spray painted the tip because it's orange tip. They spray painted it black,
Yeah.
and then pointed it at a bus. And they were on the news, just like outside of school, like pointing out of school like an M16. It shoots fucking plastic, but it looked very real.
Oh, yeah, because they usually have like the orange tip, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Imagine being on that bus, dude.
Dude, you're so trapped. That's hard. That's truly hard. Like, yeah, you're getting lit up. That's crazy.
Dude, no, don't tell anyone this, but
All right.
oh, man. I fucking bought an airsoft gun. Oh, no, I bought a pellet gun, dude. It looks like a straight up. It looked like a straight up fucking like legit rifle. Like it was like legit. Dude, this guy fucking, I was going up the road and this guy in front of me was going like 20 miles an hour. And I fucking, I fucking drive by this guy. I fucking almost kill him, dude. He starts fucking following me, dude.
Oh,
this dude's in
shit.
like a blacked out Cadillac.
Right.
Chrome rims, dude. He starts fucking following me.
Oh, man.
Dude, he was on my ass for so long. So I pull over. I have the fucking pellet gun in the back. I put down the window. I just pointed at him, dude.
Yo. Actually, the smartest thing you could have done, probably.
And he just fucking dipped, dude.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's actually... So,
I genuinely thought he was going to kill me, dude.
wait, so he chased you because of the gun? And then he...
Dude, so he's driving going like 20. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to go around this dude.
Oh,
which
right. And then
is
he
illegal.
hated that. Yeah.
And dude, as I was going around, there was another car coming.
Oh, fuck.
And I barely made it by. Dude, this guy fucking chased me for like a mile straight.
But dude, think about that guy. In his mind, he watched you drive recklessly and then pull out a fucking rifle.
Well, dude, I was in a flame truck.
Of course. Dude, I don't think I could write a bigger douchebag than that guy who's driving like that. If someone's like has a problem with his driving, he's pointing a fucking pellet gun at them.
Yeah. Because it's like, if this dude
What was going on with you when you were doing that? Like, what were you going through? Because that's a wild sequence.
Oh, yeah, man. I thought I was going to die.
Right.
Like, I thought he was going to kill me for sure.
Yeah.
Like the Cadillac,
Yeah, you never know who's in the other car.
you know, man. Like if somebody has the balls to chase after you, dude,
Crazy.
for that long, like they're coming for blood. You know what I'm saying,
Dude?
I was thinking to myself, like, this dude's probably gonna think, if this guy's crazy enough to buy a truck with flames on it, he's not gonna be afraid to fucking shoot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I think that was where the flames might have saved your ass on that one.
If I was in like an '03 Toyota Corolla,
That's tough. Yeah, you're like, that's a toy. Dude, I've been on the other end of this. One time, I used to go to this spot called Parentes near Bryant College where
I've been there, dude.
Oh, really? To
Yeah.
Parentes?
Yeah, they had a comedy show there once.
Really?
I didn't do the comedy show, but
Oh, wow. No shit.
yeah, dude. There's a dude who's like a professor there who books like comedy shows in Rhode Island,
Oh, wow.
and he booked a comedy show there.
Yeah, so I used to go there all the time because the Patriots used to go there after they did practice, like at Bryant College or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I would always try to see a Patriot. I'm like, 7. I'm with my grandparents. And one time there was like no Patriots. Like I met like Ty Law and like Drew Bledsoe and stuff.
Yeah,
And Drew Bledsoe was actually kind of a dick. So when he was injured, I was kind of thrilled.
yeah.
But anyway, so no Patriots. My grandpa clearly sees that I'm disappointed, And so like as we're getting back in the car, he's like, hang on. I got an idea. And we start like following this like Chevy Yukon.
Yeah.
And we're following it for like 20 minutes. And because he's like convinced that the driver is a New England Patriot. And then the guy pulls into a Wendy's drive-through. And then like we pull up alongside him. And it turns out it's just a black man.
Oh, man.
It's like, dude, these are the kinds of things that
He
people
thought
have
you
to
were
deal
following
with.
him?
Huh?
Did he think you were following him?
I don't know if I imagine it was probably odd to have someone like follow you
Yeah.
up to a drive-through, then pull alongside you, and then look, and then decide to pull off. But
Yeah.
not a Patriot, turns out.
It'd be funny if he was, and you were just like, nah, it's not.
Yeah. I mean,
He's like a lineman or something.
I could only hope, because that's a big roll of the dice. You have to weigh racism in that moment against how badly a grandfather wanted his grandson to be happy.
Yeah.
I don't
High
thi-
risk, high reward.
Yes, and very high fallout as well.
Yeah.
Because that doesn't make him look good, that story.
Damn.
But I don't think that it's, I'm sure that kind of thing happens all the time.
Dude. I can't even imagine following. Like, I don't even know how much it would take for me to follow someone, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I would.
No,
That's how you die.
Yeah.
Like, truly, that's how you die.
But I mean, it's usually after an altercation that someone will do such a thing. But this, we had no contact at all. He just like had a hunch. Just following him out on a hunch.
Just feeling it out.
Which I feel like people have died that way.
Oh,
though,
yeah. Usually it's just like
if a cop has a hunch.
Yeah, usually it's just like pure adrenaline from getting pissed off.
Right.
And you're not even thinking. You're like, all right,
Yeah.
I'm going after this dude.
Yeah. I've never told anyone this, but one time I prank called this dude who I went to high school with, who was like a weight, like bodybuilding type of dude. I think he became a Marine, but I happened to catch him like he was drunk and had previously fought some people like earlier that night. So he assumed that I was them somehow. Like
He had fought some people?
yeah, he had already had and he's like saying, like, he gave me the tip. He's like, I know who this is, motherfucker. Where do you want to meet me? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, dude, Providence Place Mall right now, fucking 12:30, like top floor. Like, let's fucking go.
Oh, shit.
And then I kept like, and then no one was there, obviously. And then I kept being like, no, I'm not actually there. I'm actually at Oneyville, New York system. Like, come through, like, fucking
shit.
what you want to do. And then, yeah, just doing that all night. Kind of fun.
And then what happened?
Nothing.
Really?
I mean, I imagine he just went home.
You never saw him again?
Oh, no, he doesn't know it was me.
Yeah, but like you never saw him out in public though?
No, because I was already.
It was just high school that you knew him from?
I knew him from high school.
Yeah. That
We were
would
at
be
a
crazy
party.
if you saw him like out in public, dude.
Yeah.
At like an ice cream shop.
Yeah, but but he didn't know it was me that was calling. But
Yeah.
now he might if he put it together. But he would have to admit
After
to
this
himself that this
episode, he's
happened.
gonna know.
But that's something that you would X out of your memory if that was you, right?
Yeah.
Like where you just got like you were chasing a fight that never happened. You're
Yeah.
gonna be like, all right, that was.
I had that happen once with a like this chick who she was dating this soccer player, dude. And I don't know what happened, man, but someone like spread a rumor that I sent like a dick pic to this chick. And this dude was like, yo, meet me down at the soccer field, like, well, we're gonna throw down and shit. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, you sent like a dick pic to my girl. And I'm like, dude, I'm gay. No, I'm just kidding. I was like, dude, what are you talking about? And then someone sent me showed me the dick pic. And I was like, all right, I guess I sent it.
Wow.
But I didn't actually send it. It was just like a huge dick.
Oh,
like it
you were
was like an 8-inch. So I just went along with it. I was like, yeah, man, like I'm juiced up, like, you know.
And does she know?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she spread the rumor just to like
Get her
she
boyfriend
was
to fight
nuts,
someone.
bro. She
Yeah,
would
see,
like
this is the thing
this
that
goes
women
back
do.
to like what we're talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That'll always happen. Like enticing fights and shit
Yeah.
like that. Like that's something about, you know,
Yeah.
feelings.
She probably loved it, dude.
Yeah, 100%. Oh my God. Yeah, so many
I wonder
times.
where they found that dick pic though, dude, because this thing was a fucking hammer.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, you know, like
I'll get beat up over it if you're gonna. It's worth it to me for you to think that's my penis.
yeah. If I was a true bro, I'd have been like, dude, and then just pull my pants down.
Been
Like at the fight. Been like, dude, come on, man.
That's a great way to end a fight.
Yeah.
This is all that I am.
Yeah.
I've actually seen someone end a fight that way. Now,
Really?
yeah, my buddy Mike Kelly. Oh, I don't need to say names, but
Keep dropping names.
I know it's so stupid. But he and my cousin. They were both on acid, and they had a disagreement with like about how to handle. It was during a snowstorm in Boston, and like some drunk guy was like screaming, like talking shit, like trying to fight, and like, you know, my cousin wanted to like show him, like, you know, and we're like, no, dude, we're not doing that. Like we get home, and like now they're bickering about like how they should have fought him and da-da-da. And then eventually Mike got so tired of the argument that he just took all of his clothes off and just stood there and he's like, this is all that I am. This is all that I am.
Wow.
And it squashed the beef.
It was kind of like a beautiful moment.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can't get mad at anybody after that.
Yeah, dude.
It's kind of a great neutralizer.
Yeah. I mean, they call that the naked man, right?
Is that what they call that?
Yeah.
That's a thing?
I think that can be used in like multiple scenarios though.
Right.
Some people say like to do that when a girl's coming over.
Mm-hmm. Like, oh, oops, there's a naked guy.
Yeah.
He didn't know you were, and then it
No,
plants.
it's actually from How I Met Your Mother. You ever watch that?
No.
Oh.
No, I missed a lot. I didn't see a lot of like the stuff I should have seen. Like I keep constantly like
Same
people
here, man. Yeah,
bring
I
up
haven't seen a lot.
classics, and I'm like, yeah, I missed that.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
But then I saw like every episode of Saved by the Bell like multiple times.
Really?
Just random shit that, you know,
Yeah.
was just on before school. My
Really?
older brother liked it, and I just watched all those episodes.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I literally thought I was fucking schizophrenic the other night because I just keep doing stupid shit, obviously. But dude, I was watching Crashing.
Oh yeah.
And I saw you, and I was like, dude, what the fuck? I was like, no way, dude. I had to rewind like 6 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
How does that even like, you know?
I just happened to be there, and they were like, "You wanna?"
Really?
No.
Well, obviously, like you got like.
Yeah, no. It was like just from being seen at shows by one of the writers, and then like it was like, "Oh, do you want to play an open micer?" And I was like, "Well, that's a bit of a stretch, but I'll do my best."
Yeah. I mean, you crushed it, man.
Thanks, dude.
Like you really crushed. You look like a natural, dude.
Thanks, dude.
Was that your only scene? The one?
No, I had one in the second season too, where I was
'Cause I'm still in
also
the first season, but
yeah, I'm also an open micer in that one. So
Really?
like that, they did get like the trajectory aspect down. They're like, yeah, he's not going to have advanced.
yeah.
And the second one, I'm like jealous of.
But they probably were like, yo, the first one. You fucking
I got the
crushed
call back. I'm not
it.
mad at that.
That's
you know,
sick, dude.
yeah, dude. I'd be more than happy just popping up as like a gas station attendant. Like even shit that I write, I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't even want to be in this. I just want to like pump someone's gas.
Same.
You know?
I just want to have one role that's like really random. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
That's all you want, dude.
Like I'm just like a janitor cleaning kid puke in the background of a scene where someone's finding out that their dad died or something.
Yeah. Because people remember that shit, man.
They do.
Yeah.
They go, "Who was that guy? Who's that chief from One Flew Over?"
He was that fucking legend, dude.
He seemed wise.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, dude, you really did crush it, man.
Thanks, man.
Like, I was proud of you, dude. I
Thanks.
wanted to message you, but, you know.
Right.
Yeah, because like we just met, so I didn't know anything about you.
Oh, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm just like watching this show, and then I'm like, yo, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's one of those moments.
Right. That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like over time, it's like not even like I don't even think of it as a thing because like so much of everything changed that like that's not even like.
I mean, you were on a show that's on HBO, dude.
Yeah, but that's
I would put that in my LinkedIn profile, dude.
LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I don't even do. Are we supposed to have LinkedIn profile?
No, but I would still put it in there.
Right, just have one just for
Yeah,
that.
been on HBO. Mm-hmm. Because like when you pass away, like
There is
yeah,
a few things. Yeah, ideally there's more. You know, even my own stuff.
yeah. But
Yeah.
I mean that specifically, it's like
That's yeah.
you're on the same platform that like critically acclaimed films are on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like you already made it pretty much.
Yeah, there's that. I don't think so, but
In my eyes, you did, man.
thanks, dude.
That's all that matters.
You know
dude.
what? I need to see things from your eyes a little bit more
Yeah,
often. You know,
That's how I would view it, dude.
yeah, that's true. I did. I recently I had like a meeting with someone, and I was talking to like Nick Mullen after, and Mullen was like, "Dude, you have to start seeing these things like the way like a more like stupid person would see them, in the sense of like
Yeah.
like a guy from the TV wants to put me on the screen instead of like thinking of it critically, you know." It's like
Yeah.
I think my life would be a lot. I'm a little too much German Shepherd in that regard of like this kind of shit instead of just being your dog.
I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. How like so you think differently than most? Or like the way
just in
you
terms
view
of like
things.
I'll let W's like not stack. I won't stack like small wins, but I will.
But most people
viscerally remember irrelevant losses.
Yeah.
Like I'm in fucking some terrible town in front of a vat of yeast talking about shaving my dad's back.
Yeah.
And some lady like calls me like a slur.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that one, that's more of a core memory to me than being on TV.
Preach, man.
You know?
I feel the same way.
But
dude.
I think that's being a comic on some
Yeah,
level.
man, just being like really hard on yourself.
For no fucking reason.
It's not your fault though, dude, because comedy's like mostly just failing miserably.
100%.
And then you just get like one like little break, and then it's like back to just
Dude, I'm
eating
telling
your
you,
own
I
ass.
think my entire personality came from failure. Like in terms of like everything that I've ever learned, I learned by like falling on my face in front of a bus,
Yeah.
like in various ways.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's tough to relate to people now too, because most people live like this utopian lifestyle, and my whole life has just been like eating my own dick.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
But that's like, I think that's like where the funny comes from, ironically. Like,
for sure. Yeah, people get mad if you say that though. It's like,
yeah.
but it really is the funniest people are the people who have just like eaten their own ass their whole life.
100%. Well, I mean, even if you think about what a set is, this was said to me one time, and it probably should never like be thought of this way, but like you think about someone getting up on stage to make everyone laugh, and then the funniest outcome is that everyone hates that person, and like, like that is the funniest.
Yeah.
Like objectively, that's funnier than it going well.
Yeah,
You know?
100%.
That's why I honestly, there's so many people you see and it's like everything's great, someone's great, you're great, and I'm like, well, what do you even think about anything,
Like, what are you doing?
what are you even doing? You're not having any experiences that make you,
Oh man.
Well,
now I think it's like the more I do comedy, the more it's like I'm seen as like like self-deprecating or something, when I'm really just like making fun of myself.
yeah,
Like
there
it's
is a
almost like
difference.
not cool anymore. I think there was a time where it was like you would make fun of yourself and people would be like, dude, that guy's the man for being able to like make fun of himself and like crack jokes in like a dark time. Mm-hmm. But now I feel like at some places it's like frowned upon. They're like, dude,
Right, like
what are you
why would
doing?
you admit that or something like
Yeah.
that? Yeah, I don't believe in that.
yeah.
I'm staying strong.
And it makes it, like you said, funnier though, because people are like, fuck
They also
this.
hate it.
They're like, fuck this guy, dude.
Yeah. No, that's just like, I feel like those kinds of things come and go with like how people react to certain shit.
Yeah, it really is like,
But stay the path of the, because those are the best guys in like, even in movies and shit. Like all of Steve Buscemi's characters are like the fucking shit, It's just like this guy who's like found new ways to be a loser. I'm like, this is
They're like more mentally stable too.
because they just are. Yeah, you kind of can't. I would agree with that actually.
Like, because like being able, there are some people like, dude, they cannot make fun of themselves.
Right. And like even I would even say we have this thing where it's like I don't even need this to go well.
Yeah.
There's some power to that.
I don't even feel anything anymore, man. Like
That's
going up
very
on
powerful.
stage, I'm not like, I remember getting nervous before going up. And now it's just like, fuck it, man. Like, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Right, because it's funnier if it goes poorly.
Yeah, I get kind of amped up, honestly. I'm
Right.
like, oh, let's go deeper. Like, let's, you know.
That is always the answer, I think.
Yeah.
Because I remember, like, I recently had a show. I was in, like, Poughkeepsie, and I was, like, standing in front of a vat of yeast at a brewery, and I was talking about shaving my dad's back. That's why I brought that up earlier.
Yeah.
And, like, I just remember everyone was, like, looking at me like I was, like, a fish in a bowl. Where they're like, all right, I'm not mad that this is happening. It is amusing. But I would never, like, be a fan of this. You know, just because I was just not. And then I just started, like, doubling down and making everything more gross and more detailed and specific. So like did the same thing but like twice as hard, and now it's like they like, you know. So it's just be more of the thing, I think.
100%, yeah. Yeah, totally. It takes like I don't know, a specific time it takes to get to that point, but there is a certain point where it's like
You just know what you are.
you're like, dude, this is who I am. Like, I'm not changing anything about this. Like,
Yeah, 100%.
You're like, this is it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just never gonna. I think there's like a moment where you go, oh, all right, like I'm not gonna, you know, wear the swaggy whatever and do like that's just not. I can't.
Yeah, but
If having to be cool is what this is, that's not what I thought like I was doing when I came here.
Yeah, you're in this to be a fucking loser.
Fucking
like a
A.
proud loser. Yeah.
Exactly.
But yeah, comedy's kind of transformed where it's like all about who's cool now, and it's
I know, and
ruining everything.
Exactly. And you sound, you know what's so fucked up about that? Even saying that, people will be like, well, they're just bitter losers. And it's like, well, yeah, but that's not, but that's what it should have been. Like, that's what was always the funniest shit.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, it is this weird, like, cool thing. And, you know, I don't know. I think clips are also, like, people like reverse engineer, like, a way to do comedy off of what they think they can get a clip out of.
Well, it is crazy, like what you see online versus like what you see in person. Mm-hmm. Like but people don't know that because people are like behind a screen all day. But it's like we see it up front where it's like we know the influencers who are like destroying comedy, who are like literally the shittiest people you ever meet in your life.
Yeah, and
like they won't even like say hi to you, dude. Like they're genuinely just like the worst people.
And then they'll go on stage and eat their
an
balls.
absolute like, dude. I've seen
in a way that's not respectable. There's respectable ways to bomb where I go, well, that's just someone being funny.
Punchline.
Yeah.
They're just like,
but it's like, oh, you don't even know how to. But like for 30 seconds, you can trick people. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know if I should say this, but like, you know, anything can be funny for 30 seconds at a time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you get this, dude, but like, I remember doing a show like Friday and I showed up and like when I walked in, there was like 2 chicks who were like influencers, like, and you know how it is, man. But I could like visibly see the way they were looking at me. Just like disgusted, like don't look at me, don't come near me. It's like they're in like their own bubble, dude, where it's like
it's a different thing.
They're like what's it called? Like fucking main character syndrome or whatever. Uh-huh. Like that's pretty much what it is.
Well, yeah, I mean they're also being rewarded by like mouth breathing like morons.
Yeah.
Who like
That is why I think like comedy hopefully will survive, because it's like those like creepy dudes who are liking all their posts and stuff. I mean, they might come out to like one show, maybe to try and get laid or something, but it's not like.
I mean, you got to see. Yeah, sometimes you like I've seen those shows, and it's not going well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It'll be like maybe the first 2 rows are having fun because there's like an angle on some cleavage or something, but
yeah,
I mean that's insane. for that to be like the thing that.
Yeah, it is crazy that it's like dudes too.
Yeah. And it's like,
like, it
I'm
makes you
here because
so
I
upset to be
vaguely
like
want to
a-
have sex with you, and that's funny. Haha.
Yeah.
What?
It's sad, man.
Dude,
It's
I
so
know.
sad to think about.
I know.
Because it's like your own brothers just ruining
The thing.
what you're passionate about.
Yeah, and then but it's like this weird thing where like if you just call it what it is, like you're an asshole. Like this has been the theme of my life. I think I've recently just been like, I'm just gonna be a little bit of an asshole. But I think that if you just do it, then it's fine.
Yeah, I think you can be like a respectable asshole though.
Right.
You know, because like if I saw you bomb, I'd obviously like bust your nuts about it.
And that
Probably
would be
laugh.
welcomed.
Yes.
And also, I don't think I would do the thing where I go, "What are we doing after this, fellas?" Like maybe I would like go take a bath, which is like what I would like more people to do.
Yeah, like when someone bombs, especially someone that you know, as a comic, that's like one of the best things in the world.
It's so funny.
It's like one of the things that keeps you going.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Dude.
But like, it's just not the same anymore. Like, nobody hangs out, dude. It's all just like influencers who are just like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, no, and then they're also being rewarded for that. So then other people who like would be prioritizing hanging out are now trying to do a work. Like now, the people who are actually funny and took the time to like bomb on stage and figure out who they are on stage for 45 minutes at a time, like they're now copying the business model of people who aren't even good at this.
Yeah, it would be like, the way I look at it, it would be like if you're like if you're like an attractive like Division III athlete, right? Say you're like a dude and you play baseball. You have like a nice ass or whatever, and there's like a bunch of chicks that come to watch your games.
This rules.
But you're just like dog shit. It's like Tim Tebow playing in the MLB.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like, yeah, people are gonna go watch you, but when it's time to perform, you're gonna fucking eat your own ass. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's like all it really is.
But it's weird because everything's so isolated too, where it's like if they can just get that number to a certain point, then they just never have to face that reality because everyone just can't believe they're seeing the person that they think is good based on little videos on the internet. And so it's like they can't even really fail.
Yeah.
Until
the
people
craziest
get
thing, have
bored.
you ever recorded like Open Up for Joey? This like opened up my eyes because he puts a camera on stage facing the audience. Have you ever done that?
No.
Dude, it is the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life. Because you'll see like people on dates and it'll be like a dude laughing genuinely. And then other people will look at him and they'll be like, oh, I need to laugh. You know what I mean?
Whoa.
So it's like this chain reaction.
Right.
Dude, it's the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Right.
It makes you want to kill yourself, dude. Like,
Right,
genuinely.
because you're seeing like the mob kind of like, because that is our job, is to break it in where it needs to be broken.
Yeah, everyone needs someone to like start a chain reaction.
Correct.
But if there's no one to start it, it's just fucking like silence. dude.
Yeah.
You know what I
Or
mean?
there's one guy that like something small, like has his foot on the stage or something, and like no one will laugh because he's like besting you and wait. Like it's a very psychological thing. But that's even why the influencers are more diabolical, because they're doing crowd work like in your house
Yeah.
by like talking like to your, kids.
Yeah. So it's almost like you have to laugh.
It's almost like the only reason why you root for the main character is because they're the one who's on the screen the most.
Yeah. Yeah, there's something psychological to it.
Of just like being
But
the
they're
shameless.
obvious, like, dude, obviously, like, on a positive note, there are shows where it's like people are like true comedy fans and they go and they're like,
Yeah, that's the goal, is to find. But what sucks is like I feel like you're losing even clubs, right? Like I guess comedy clubs are like down 20% across the board in terms of sales.
yeah,
But I think it's because like even if comedy, like there are comedy fans that would just go to the club to see a comedian because they like comedy.
yeah,
But then like if there's enough influencers happening in a row, these like 50-year-olds who like love comedy are just going to be like, well, last two shows I went there were bad.
yeah.
So I'm just not going to come see comedy.
Yeah.
You
It
know?
used to be like you would have a joke. Like you'd have like a legitimate joke that you worked on hard for that has like a setup and a punchline. And there would be like true comedy fans that were like, yo, that fucking sucked.
Yeah.
And you'd
Yeah.
be like, oh shit. like I need to go back and like figure this out.
Yeah.
But now it's just like
The opposite.
the
Like
opposite.
I don't have jokes.
It's like, why aren't you crowd working? Like, why aren't you
Yeah.
like over here? Like, talk to me, you know?
Yeah, it's
So
very
like the opposite, dude.
and I'm sure there's people listening to this going, this is, but it's like, you got to imagine like when you start doing something and then you do it like, and then by the time you're like, you got it,
Yeah.
everything is different. And you now, the thing you got good at no longer, I mean, I think it is relevant if you can do this new thing now, but it's not like,
Yeah. Maybe it's just like sometimes I'm like, oh, maybe I just need to like adapt. But it always has been hit or miss. Like it's always been like you get angry at a show because you fucking bombed your dick off. But then like the next show is great and you're like,
because of that bad show.
is it though? Or is it
think
just
so.
people are so diverse? You're just like, you know, it
Yeah.
really is. It's such a confusing thing that I think I'll never understand. But hopefully it like stays like that where it's like a bunch of bombing and then like a good show. And you're like, all right, I guess I can hang on to this for a little bit longer.
Right. Yeah. But I mean, I think there's like also levels to bombing. Like it's like, I don't think I would see you bomb and it wouldn't be funny. I think it would just be not funny because these people decided that it wouldn't be fun to be there. Like there's a
Yeah.
lot of New York shows like that where it's like, I think that's why you get better at comedy here because you're just constantly in a room where like people aren't comedy fans. They're just like out because they're like at the scene where it's the thing to do.
Yeah.
And then they like also have no personality, so there's no way to like talk to them because like their entire like who they are is wrapped up in the fact that they have a Soho House membership or something stupid.
Yeah.
And so now they don't even know like what would even make them laugh. So it's like basically like you don't speak English.
Yeah. So it's like a product of like society, basically.
Kind of, yeah, like a sense of humor has
Like
become
society's changing, so comedy's changing pretty much.
yeah,
Yeah.
inevitably. But I think there's still going to be the classic like funny fuckers that find
Yeah, like retarded
lane.
dudes. Yeah, so it is tough because it's like you still need those fucking retarded dudes who like peel out and kill people to like keep comedy
to
alive.
start your career.
Yeah, literally.
I do think every comedy career starts with the guy in the flame truck passing someone
Yeah,
and
but
pulling a
everything's
weapon.
like so perfect now. It's like, will you even have that? Maybe that's the thing. It's like maybe it all stemmed from like failure, and now that everything's getting like better, it's just like it's vanished.
Well, what's interesting though, and here's the line of hope in all of this is that the economy is like totally like tanking,
Yeah,
and people's lives are about to get like really shitty,
yeah,
and so like at that point they might need a laugh, and only funny people can provide that.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of a mix of that, but it's like, how do you afford a fucking comedy ticket? You know what I mean?
Well, I think the funny ones probably won't.
You're dropping like half your paycheck on like a yeah.
A pretty good time.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I think about it sometimes. Like, if I wasn't doing comedy, like if I was like going on a date or something, I would for sure go to like a comedy show.
Yeah.
You know? But I don't know, man. It really is like, I just feel like I'm like talking to like other comics. I'm like, dude, you like don't put like the wig on. Like, don't,
Right.
you know, some people are like, dude, I gotta like start, you know, dressing up like a girl and like egging houses. And I'm like, no, dude, just stay strong. Like, because people reach like a certain point where like, dude, I just gotta like do something crazy. And it's like, no, dude, just fucking get better. Like,
Yeah.
that's all it's ever been.
I know, but it is like this is definitely the craziest it's been too, because it's like even smaller opportunities like the one that you're talking about with like crashing or whatever. Like there was like stuff where you could get paid to do a voiceover on a cartoon. Like these are all ways
Yeah.
you could like make a living while doing comedy the way you want to do it without like, you know,
Yeah.
putting a wig on. And like now the industry is also dried up in some like real
Yeah.
way too. So then
But it does, like, I think it dries up, like, because no one's like willing to hang on long enough.
and they're probably funding a lot of things that were not very good.
Yeah.
So it's just
But
like,
I mean, I think there are some people that like, it's like, dude, you're funny, just like hang on.
yeah.
You know? Because like if you keep going at this trajectory, like you're going to be so good once you get like the opportunity. Because if you're just like playing with your nuts, dude, and like fucking around and like being a pussy, like when the opportunity comes, like you're just gonna like blow your dick off.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna eat shit and be like, fuck this.
Yep.
But if you still have like the fucking
The only thing that makes you yourself.
yeah, and you're ready to fucking
And you're you're just so starving that you just like eat a fucking horse up there.
yeah.
And all the horse girls are like, I think that's my new guy.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, it takes like a long time, but
I know it always has though. That's what, you know, every comic gets like,
well, it's like, dude, it's taking a long time with anything. Like even if you were in like if you worked for like Bank of America, it's not like, you know, like
Yeah,
it's
it would
gonna
be-
take the same amount of time.
yeah, you're right. But like what's weird is like it'd be like if you worked at Bank of America, but then there were people who were becoming CEOs within 2 years, and it's because they don't know anything about banking, but they know how to do like a cool commercial for a bank. And so now they run in the company.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck am I doing? Like my wife's not that hot, and my car sucks,
Exactly.
and I've been paying my dues, and these
But that's
guys
like
are
so far, like, I don't know. Because if you think about all the comics that you actually look up to that are good, most of them went through the fucking ringer.
100%.
So it's like,
I don't know any who didn't or who aren't.
and that's
still.
all you need to know. That's really all you need.
I just hope that it is something where, because I also feel like the real thing is that I think algorithmically what gets pumped out is like just nothing, empty calorie shit.
Yeah.
So it's not like interesting shit is going to like hit the algorithm in some way. So most of the stuff that we're seeing is just like erase your brain like nothing, in the same way that like all the small businesses are being bought up by like corporations, and it's just like this giant erasure of like individuality to like prep us for a microchip,
Yeah.
you know, because it's like you won't fight it if there's like not a lot of things holding your interest. You're like, all right, I'm kind of a blank slate anyway, so
Yeah, but maybe it'll just be like a phase. Maybe it'll die off where it's like
it would take people
start-
being like, this sucks.
yeah,
Like,
this
and
is
I've
ruining
seen
my
that
life.
happen a couple times to like
Yeah.
comics who like pop off on reels, and then like it's eventually kind of exposed that it's bad. But I think by that point it doesn't really matter because there's enough people who will get out. So it's
Yeah.
almost inspiring. It's never been a better time to be a bad comic who doesn't care about comedy. I think it's a good time for that.
I think everything like in regards to that is like short term though. Like it's good for the short term.
Yeah, I would agree.
But I think it's a great time to be like an old school comic who just like grinds, because I think eventually when it dies off, like you'll just be like ready to absolutely shred it.
Yeah, it is a bubble, and the bubble has to burst, because like that happened in the 80s too. Like
The comedy boom and shit. Yeah.
yeah, and it was like everybody was making like $500 on a Friday night, even if they're slinging like one-liners about French fries or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, it's like the same with like Burr and like Louis. Like they were about to fucking blow their dicks off,
For sure.
and then it just happens, dude. It's like, you know.
Yeah, you
But it's
gotta.
also like, yeah, it would be cool, man, to just like get off the, like I really wish, and I've been thinking about this a lot, just like taking a break from social media, man.
Dude.
You know? And it's like so hard to do, but it's like, it could be so good.
Dude, I have never done it really, like
Yeah.
the social media game. But I still like, for years, it's been this like thing on the back of my mind that I have to start doing it.
Yeah.
But I just never do it because I just don't. I just want to write good shit.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I know I have to do it. So even not doing it, it's still on your mind. Is kind of my point. Like that.
Yeah.
That is something we should do.
Like, you know, it's always going to be there.
Yeah,
Like-
even people that don't do comedy think like this. Though I was talking to my buddy, and he was like, "Yeah, I should probably post some more." I'm like, "You're like a realtor.
Yeah.
You don't have to. I would get the fuck away from this like so fast if that was."
Yeah, but it's like everyone's doing it. So it's like, you feel like the urge to,
I guess you see some people like get famous off like baking bread in front of their cat, and
Yeah.
like there's a lot of people like trying to play that Monopoly card a little bit.
wild, man.
Yeah, that I do. That's like if it's not. I mean, there are people just blind dicks in space trying to go viral for
Yeah.
being wacky or whatever.
Yeah.
That would be literal hell. At least there's like a course, and you know, as bad as it can feel sometimes, there is like.
Yeah. It's cool that we like still have like the asshole comics who are like, oh, what are you going to do? Like a fucking TikTok dance?
Yeah.
Like, it's important to have those comics who have been around for long enough to just like be like, yo, dude, like,
please stop.
nobody's going to give you shit. Like, go fucking figure it out.
Yeah, it's for like cute idiots.
Yeah. But like, there's still comics around here who will just be like nobody, like if I see you at a club, we're like, we're not gonna shoot like this shit about comedy. We're gonna talk about like tits and like UFOs and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
So it's like if somebody comes in who's like a TikTok star and they're like, yo, how do I get in this club and shit? Like people are gonna be like, dude, get the fuck out of here.
You would hope, man.
Yeah.
You would fucking hope.
Yeah.
But it's so funny. Like I've seen so many people like talk all this shit of like, I'm just gonna like be a real comic out here, and then like cut to them like taking their clothes off on a fucking reel,
Yeah.
like
Trying to eat a fucking fish on stage and shit.
right.
Yeah.
Just what like just crazy shit, dude.
Yeah.
And it's
so
like I don't know if anyone else gives a fuck about it enough to discern the difference between what is actually authentic and good versus what is simply a gimmick and
Yeah, but dude,
insane.
it's so exhausting to like try and like figure out who those people are because like they don't even know who they are. So
Yes.
you're like every time you see them, they're like a different person.
yeah.
And like for me, that's what I'm trying to like get off social media for. It's like I'm tired of looking at people's stories. Like, why am I looking at someone's story?
Yeah, that's
no one's
crazy.
ever put up a story where like I'm like, oh, this
I'm
is
glad I saw that.
yeah,
Yeah.
maybe like a post or something, but like
No, it's like
why am I looking through hundreds of stories? It's
It's definitely self-avoidance or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's never when I'm like locked in creatively that I'm like, let me see what.
it's like what like if I don't do that, then like what did I miss? You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's the real question. Like, what did I miss? Like, did I really miss anything?
Never.
You really don't. Dude.
No.
Like you think you may have, but it's like most of the time, it's like
No, when you're on there, you're missing, your life
exactly
on
dude.
some level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe like I don't think like completely like just because you can't just like completely get rid of it, dude. But it would be sick to just be like a dude who goes on like once a week
Yeah.
for like an hour or something, just
Yeah.
catch up on shit, and then be like, all right,
Yeah, I'm definitely, I don't know how long, I've just never taken to it, so it's never, but I find that like as time goes on and it's almost like a car crash. I'm just like watching like I'm like this person
yeah.
and I'm like, whoa.
It's an emotional roller coaster.
It's almost
you're just
like to hurt myself probably ultimately.
Yeah.
Like
You
a
can,
new
feel
form of
your brain kind of
self-sabotage.
frying a little bit.
Say what?
I can feel my brain kind of like frying a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, it's not, man. But yeah, dude, thank you.
This took a crazy turn. That's funny.
No, man, this was fun, dude.
Yeah, it was fun.
Appreciate you
Man.
for coming, dude.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. Let the people know where they can follow you.
At Ryan Donahue on all the things there.
You don't have a podcast anymore?
No, I'm working on that though. I'm gonna find a lane and then get in there.
Get in
Yeah.
there, dude. Fuck yeah.
But I'm gonna start posting more per this conversation, dude. I feel like we bummed everybody out, but I think it was fun.
No, man, that was fun, dude.
We gave them a little bit of fun on the front end and then a little bit of real on the back end.
That's what you need, man. You need a little bit of both, dude. You can't be like full bore retarded like the whole.
Yeah, the whole time. That's
fucking-
like not human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, thank you for coming. Thank you guys for listening as always. See you guys.